Hey there, fifth graders. Um, just wanted to talk to you about how to reduce fractions. You guys have been working really hard on finding those equivalent fractions and adding them together. And we just wanted to show you that there's a way to find the simplest form of a fraction. And if you heard to reduce it or to reduce it to its simplest form, I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So just like when we're making equivalent fractions, we can change a fraction from being a fraction with bigger numbers to an equivalent fraction with smaller numbers on the numerator and denominator. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So what we call this is the greatest common factor, or the GCF. And what you're going to do is, if you think that a fraction can be simplified, you're going to look for what we call the greatest common factor between the numerator and the denominator. And the way that you're going to do this is you are going to find all of the factors for both the numerator's number and the denominator's number. Okay, so if I was looking at factors for 8, I know that 1 and 8 can be multiplied to get 8, because remember, factors are two numbers we can multiply together to get that specific number. So I also know that 2 times 4 equals 8. And looking at this, I know that 3 times anything will not equal 8 as a whole number. And so I know that I am done because I'm here at 4, and if I tried to do 4 again, I would do 2. I like to go in order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because it just really keeps everything organized, keeps everything together. So those are my factors for 8, and I'm going to take a look at my factors for 20. Again, I know 1 times 20 equals 20. Okay, when you're looking for factors, you know that at least 1 and the number itself are always going to be factors. Okay, so that's kind of nice. You always know at least 2 of the answers. So I know if I multiply 2 times 10, I get 20 as well. I can't multiply 3 by anything to get 20, but I can multiply 4 times 5 to get 20. And again, looking at this, I now see that if I were to go to 5 as my next number, because I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to see if they have pairs, I know that 5's pair is 4. And so I'm done. I don't need to keep going. I don't need to worry about any more there. I have found what we call the factors for 8 and 20. Okay, now let's break down what this word means. So the greatest common factor, okay, we've got the factor part done. Okay, now we're going to be looking for the greatest common factor. So greatest means the most or the biggest. Okay, and common means which one do they both have as a factor. So I'm going to look at my numbers, and I see that they both have 1 as a factor, they both have 2 as a factor, and they both have 4 as a factor they have in common. So these are my common factors, and now I'm going to be looking for the greatest common factor, so the biggest one out of all of these, and in this case, it's 4. Okay, so now that I know what my GCF is, I can simplify this fraction. So the way that I'm going to do this is just like when we're going from a smaller number in the numerator and denominator to finding an equivalent fraction with bigger numerator and denominator. We're going to change these at the same rate or time in a proportional way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my GCF, and I'm going to divide both the numerator and the denominator by my GCF. 8 divided by 4 equals 2. 20 divided by 4 equals 5. And this is now my most simplified version. You can check this by looking for the factors between 2 and 5. And the only factors for 2 is 1 and 2, and the only factors for 5 is 1 and 5. And if your greatest common factor is a 1, that means that this answer is as simplified as it can be. All right, good luck and happy reducing.